Grace Harbor County is famous in Sasquatch or Bigfoot circles for its long history of sightings, including one yielding a discovery made by a reputable investigator in the form of Deputy Sheriff Dennis Hereford in 1982. He and other officers were investigating a report made by several loggers on the Satsop River when they found several footprints with such extensive anatomical detail that they are considered by many to be among the strongest pieces of evidence for Bigfoot's existence. But in March of 2022, a class of 5th grade students from Lincoln Elementary took further steps to solidify Grays Harbor County into the Bigfoot legend. Their teacher, Miss Andrews, designed an interesting class project for which the students wrote to the County Board of Commissioners to express their concern for Sasquatches and asked that action be taken to protect the species. To their surprise, their request was taken seriously and came to life in the form of Ordinance Number 2022-037, which was passed on April 5th, 2022. Despite their young age, the elementary students displayed wisdom beyond their years, citing conservation concerns as a motivator for their lobbying. The ordinance reads that it presumes that the Sasquatch population is struggling and on the verge of extinction, and therefore designates Grays Harbor County as a Sasquatch protective area and refuge. A very intelligent yet unnamed student from Lincoln Elementary would later express to the Chronicle newspaper that having such a refuge for Sasquatches would also provide researchers with the opportunity to study them in their natural environment, should the species ever be verified to exist. On April 11th, 2023, that same Lincoln Elementary classroom lobbied the Kalalam Board of Commissioners to pass another Sasquatch ordinance, similar to that of Grays Harbor. This later project was born out of Miss Andrews' Saving Sasquatch lesson plan, which was geared towards teaching her students how to get involved in civics, a very noble and much-needed endeavor in this day and age. Lincoln Elementary Principal Kent Nixon complimented the lesson as a beautiful combination of language arts, science, and civics. Kalalam County's proclamation, quote, recognizes and honors Sasquatches and recognizes Kalalam County as a refuge for Sasquatch, and additionally supports the local festival of Forks Sasquatch Days from May 26th through May 28th, 2023. Laws about Bigfoot or Sasquatch are usually featured as fodder for websites and tabloid news looking for quick and easy laughs, and are often treated as the butt of jokes. And although the ordinance is like any enforcement mechanisms, with no fines or prison sentences listed, their intentions and impacts should not be underestimated. The reality is that many of these laws protecting such creatures promote an environment of conservation, but also invoke an appreciation and respect for wildlife. Not to mention the increased attention that they bring to smaller towns and counties trying to make a living. But another aspect of this type of legislation is the native perspective. These mysterious beings of the woods are held in high regards by many indigenous cultures throughout North America, and many natives, regardless of which tribe they are from, would never consider hunting or even hurting a Sasquatch or Bigfoot. And many are disturbed by the attitudes of so-called Bigfoot researchers, who strive every day to try and kill one, and by the skeptic community, who is only interested in verifying a species if there's a body laid out in front of them. The following clips are from a documentary titled Sasquatchin', owned and distributed by Animiki Seed Distribution, a production company that works exclusively with independent creatives and majority-owned or produced Indigenous content. The first clip is of Staalis First Nations member Kelsey Charlie talking about the significance of Sasquatch in his people's culture.
We know that we're a part of it, and it's a part of us. The Sasquatch have been a part of our emblem from our community since millennia. I don't need to have any type of scientific evidence that's going to change my perspective and my point of view on what I feel about this.
The next clip is of Kainai member Jonathan Brewer, along with Kelsey Charlie, talking about Sasquatch commercialization and hunting.
You're not honoring us in any way. As natives, we are being disrespected by people taking these beliefs that we have and advertising them as a commercial and trying to make profit off of it.
It's gone beyond trendy. Aspiring hunters are out to kill the Sasquatch for personal gain.
It's not something that you brag about or you don't broadcast. It's something that it's sacred. You see those things on TV now. Oh, we're the Sasquatch hunters. I don't think it's a joke. I don't think it's something that you take lightly. It's a Silalican. It's a supernatural being that's been within my people for, thousands of years, thousands of generations. And you'd never hear us talk about it in that light.
And yes, that was the actor, Jonathan Brewer, of Apocalypto fame, talking just now. Anyway, these laws serve multifaceted purposes and should never be dismissed as mere tabloid fodder or as jokes. I want to congratulate Miss Andrews and her students for fighting the good fights, even during these trying times. Thank you for watching.